Hey everyone, this is Vince, and this is the On the 12th podcast, episode 3. Today is December 26th, 2015. It's the first time I've gotten the date right, even though this is the second time we've ever had to say a date in an opening. And by opening, I mean just the show in general. It's been a while since we've had a podcast. I think it's been 2 months?
It's been pretty darn long, and you've been all over my ass about it, and then every time I've been like, well, then let's do it, you come up with some reason not to, and then I get blamed for it somehow. But
how do I get blamed? How do you get blamed for it when it's...
Because you're like, babe, we need to do the podcast. Babe, we're supposed to do the podcast. Blah, blah, blah. But we have been sick, so...
I was going to say, it's been about 2 months since the last one. You got sick first? I got sick first. Who got sick first?
The kids.
Well, of course the fucking kids are going to get sick first. Those are the ones that bring that shit in here.
Then you got it, and then I got it, and then you
got it again. And then the one weekend that we weren't sick, and then we were going to record a podcast, I just didn't fucking do it.
Yeah, we binge-watched stuff. What was that when
That's when we binge-watched Jessica Jones for the first time.
Yeah, that was good stuff for sure.
And then after that, we started binge-watching Girls.
Which is another great show.
And then we started binge-watching... In between the binge-watching of Girls, we binge-watched Daredevil on Netflix.
And for whatever reason, I don't know. I was so adamant that I was not going to enjoy that, but that was phenomenal.
Daredevil?
Yeah, I really...
Did it have to do with the Daredevil movie, the Affleck movie?
I think so. I really do. Because every time you kept saying, babe, we need to start watching this, I was like, nah. I was trying to come up with any rhyme or reason to not.
Well, everything that I had read about it was that it was not like the movie. And
it was the action. I mean, it was just incredible. The fight scenes, and I love, like you've said too, the Daredevil. His mask. It's like Wesley from The Princess Bride, like my all-time favorite movie. And so it's just it's
I forgot. You've yet to watch the finale though.
Correct.
Because you fell asleep.
I did.
Because I think when we watched Jessica Jones, it took us 3 days. Because I was working. So I think the latest we stayed up watching that at one night was 2 o'clock in the morning.
Perhaps.
And then Daredevil took 2 days, and we rocked that last 6 or 7 episodes until 5 in the morning.
Yeah, that's why I passed out. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this.
Yeah, that was the first time we had stayed up till 5 in the morning sober in 2 years.
Yep. Yep.
And that's what made me think of the podcast idea, which was our new addiction to binge watching, because obviously it's something we both enjoy. We definitely enjoy staying in bed because we don't really interact with our kids.
Don't be like that. That's not fair. It's unfortunately.
And we're never gonna see the kids again after what we got them for this Christmas.
Oh gosh, yeah, we got our kids tablets, and holy Lord in
heaven. The 2 older boys already had iPhones, so they didn't need anything like that. They got the iPhone 5.
And the iPads.
And iPads. iPods.
Whatever, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then the 3, the now 8, 4, 5, and 4-year-old each got tablets, and we've never seen them happier.
Well, Zabri, she doesn't really care.
Well, and why does Zabri not care about her tablet?
Because she likes to play. She's a gamer. She's a gamer for Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
So...
I've never seen a little girl so... I want Left 4 Dead 2 for Christmas, Daddy. What do you want for Christmas, Avery? Grandma and Grandpa, I want Left 4 Dead 2. I was never like that as a kid.
I was never a gamer, ever.
I was a gamer.
I absolutely not. Not me.
I think
not me at all.
The only game, the one game I would say that I was really amped to get that was close along the Left 4 Dead lines was probably Mortal Kombat 2 on the Sega Genesis.
Okay, Sega Genesis, I could totally play Mortal Kombat because all I had to do was fling my thumbs around all over the buttons and I would do something. But like Mario Brothers, like Super Mario, whatever, I could get to 1-3 Okay, that was me. As soon as I got to the fucking fish level or whatever it is, where they're flying up at you, nope. That's as far as I got.
And this is on the Nintendo?
Yep.
I first played that. Super Mario was my first ever game, yes. Duck Hunt, of course.
Oh, with the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good times.
Yeah, and then of course, when the dog would get upset and start crying, you would automatically just start shooting the dog because you're so pissed. Shooting at the dog, like, you motherfucker! Yeah, and then when you really wanted to cheat, you would just stand up next to the screen.
Oh my gosh, my gun was on the screen when I'd play it at my cousin's house because we didn't have a Nintendo. But anyway,
I would do that. But yeah, the games nowadays, I don't even know. I got into Assassin's Creed 3. That is really, really fun.
You know, game my brother. Okay, Skull Monkeys.
I don't know.
I
Okay,
know.
you've mentioned this several times.
Okay.
I don't know what this game is.
It's fantastic. But and then
What's it on?
He told me. I think it's on the computer. He told me maybe it was a computer game.
Okay.
I believe. Anyway, it's phenomenal. But the one I actually enjoyed, my brother playing too, is it's Alice in Wonderland, but she's like in an insane asylum.
Now, is that Fables thing that I've heard?
I don't know because I'm not a gamer, but I actually enjoyed watching him play. She's in an insane asylum.
Because you mentioned that game, and that sounded really fucking fun.
Crazy. He also played that on a computer, though, so I'm sure you can get it on regular games. But
Do you ever remember? Do
I ever?
Shut up. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11:42 p.m. on December 26th. Yeah. So we're a little fucking loopy. We just came from my parents' house.
Played some fun games.
We play. I don't even know what the name of that game was called. Logo.
TVs and movies.
TVs and movies.
Yeah, or Logo. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Either way, it was a trivia game where you get a card and you have to answer questions to it, and it was TV shows and movies, and we got a run for our money, but of course we dominated. I dominated. I'm glad I got when everyone thought that I couldn't get the Grease questions.
Mm-hmm. That's what I wanted when I had the elementary questions. I wanted so desperately to prove everyone wrong, and especially...
You got half of them right.
Mm-hmm.
But you just bombed on who Johnny Lee Miller was originally married to, and that is now who?
Angelina Jolie.
Thank you. Even though... Anyway. So, we're a little loopy, but we're having an enjoyable holiday experience.
You're supposed to get some wicked storm, too.
Yeah. You probably won't be able to hear it because we actually got good with our audio quality on the laptop, but if we were standing outside right now, you wouldn't be able to hear us because the wind's probably going at 40 miles an hour.
At least. And
we're expected to be blizzard, so there is a chance we might knock out 3 podcasts this weekend. I don't know.
Yeah, the kiddos, because the kiddos are at Grandma and Grandpa's.
Yes.
So.
The older boys are at their mom's for the weekend. For some weird reason, my parents wanted all the grandkids at her house tonight.
Which is awesome.
Which I'm not complaining about that. But, Elephant in the Room, all-time favorite show that we are in the midst of watching. We're not binge-watching because it's on hiatus, but Walking fucking Dead.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
I've never, ever since The Sopranos, there's never been a show I've been more amped about watching week to week than The Walking Dead.
Even our kids.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is the first... Well, the younger kids. This is the first year we started letting them watch the show.
Well, because they play Left 4 Dead.
Because of the Left 4 Dead video game. The older boys have been watching with us since the beginning.
Yeah, please don't give us any shit. If you're going to criticize us on what we let our children play and watch, just don't even bother.
Oh, if they're listening to this, I'm pretty sure they're okay with what comes out of our fucking mouths compared to what we've already posted. And if they do care about what our kids watch, go fuck yourself. Anyway, Walking Dead is definitely our Sunday ritual. The whole family gets together, and by whole family I mean just us and the kids, and we binge watch that, and we watch The Talking Dead with Chris Hardwick afterwards. We mostly watch that though. The kids don't watch that
because we send them all to bed, and then we come in our room and watch it.
Yeah.
So.
And there's that.
Oh, we got all the seasons now.
Yeah,
so
that was my big surprise Christmas gift from Shauna. This glorious Christmas was season 5 of Walking Dead. So now we have all of them on DVD. We're just now learning the whole streaming thing. A friend of ours, Jarrett, who you've heard on the podcast before,
the first one,
graced us with his Netflix account, and so we started binge watching Jessica Jones and all the shows we'd mentioned. But you had said something earlier about what made us nerds, because you were like, I don't feel like a nerd, and I'm like,
I don't know how binge watching makes us nerds. It's
no,
what everybody's
it's not.
Doing.
Binge watching isn't what's making us nerds. That makes us trendy, if you will.
Yeah.
What makes us nerds is what we fucking watch. We got Mondays. We got Gotham.
So
Supergirl.
Yeah.
Tuesdays, we got The Flash. We just binge watched Jessica Jones and Daredevil. We watched some nerdy fucking shit. And Walking Dead is our favorite show of all time.
It's many people's favorite show. It just goes to show we have good taste. I don't think it makes us nerds. I think
I'm saying it makes us nerds just because they're comic
quality
books. They're based
television.
off comic books, though.
Okay.
So that's why I think we're nerds.
Okay.
I definitely wasn't a nerd growing up.
If they had came out with Strangers in Paradise, a freaking show, I would so be down.
Okay, now there's many versions of Strangers in Paradise in terms of the title. So do tell, what is Strangers in Paradise, Shauna?
My favorite comic.
Well, you gotta speak up. Speak the fuck up.
No, it's my favorite comic.
Why are you walking away?
Because
I ask you a question.
Ask me questions, and I'm not gonna have the answers.
Oh, you're going to get the book. You're gonna read the Cliff Notes. Yeah. Shauna just left the room to go get the comic book that she totally adores because she obviously knows nothing about it. Anyway, we watch a bunch of nerdy shit. Growing up, I was definitely a jock until my sophomore year of high school. And that's when I realized that drugs and alcohol were a fun thing to do. And it's been all uphill ever since, depending on how you look at it.
Strangers in Paradise by Terry
Shauna's
Moore.
back, by the way.
That's what I wanted to get. I just wanted to make sure I had the.
You didn't grab the big
name.
box set
I grabbed. No, babe.
Anyway, go ahead.
It's Strangers in Paradise by Terry Moore, and it's fantastic. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh. But I do like the story about how you got hooked onto the comic book series.
Oh, my brother, my older brother, my brother Jeremiah, he loves comics, and we were living together in Anna at the time. And
what year would you say?
What year?
Yeah.
02, 03.
Holy shit! I was with Payne and Ethan's mom then.
Yeah.
Payne and Ethan were barely just getting born. Anyway.
I had just moved from Dodge City back to California, and I was living with my brother. And so my brother and I, he was like, let's go to a comic book store. And I was like, what? All right. And he's like, just find, you could totally get into comics, Shauna. And I was like, I doubt it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know that much about him. And he's like, just find something, get it, and I guarantee you'll get into it. So I found one, and it was Strangers in Paradise, and I brought it home and to our place, and I couldn't put it down. It was the ultimate page turner. It was the...
I'm trying to figure out which issue
I think it's
you got.
I think I got issue 11, and I had to follow up, and I had to get.
So this series came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Nice. And what's the actual series about?
It's about two best friends. That kind of they're polar opposites, if you will. And one of them is a lesbian.
Like the Odd Couple.
One of them is a lesbian. She kind of has a crush on her best friend, but it doesn't. It's okay. She protects her. I don't know. She's a badass, and I don't know. It's just fantastic. I just love it. I really love it. I love the characters. I love the way the realism in it. I love the fact that they're kind of chubby. Well, one of them is. And I just love it. I don't know. I love it. I think it's fantastic. The character twists, the weird chaos that they get into. But so I got a book or I got a comic and I fell in love with it, and I asked my brother like 20 minutes late after reading it. We'd gotten home and I was like, "Can we please go back to the comic book store? I need to get more." And that's how I got stuck on Strangers in Paradise. So
You're like, that would be like a nerd's wet dream. Kind of like when Penny goes into the comic book store for the first time in Big Bang Theory. That's another show we watched too, by the way. Another thing I was just thinking of in talks of like comic books and comic book stores and this and that. Kevin Smith has been an inspiration of mine in many, many ways. I think the first Kevin Smith movie I watched was Chasing Amy, and that was at the drive-in in Dodge, if you could believe that. And then, of course, reading all the rest of that. See, and he even talks about the thing on the comic book. Kevin Smith, director of Chasing Amy and Jersey Girl. And I'm pretty sure if you know anything about Kevin Smith, you'd be like, fuck Jersey Girl. But I actually like Jersey Girl. Anyway, he's one of the reasons why we got married.
Yeah.
Would you say that? Would you agree?
I think he's one of the. I don't know about married, but I'd say definitely one of the reasons why you were validated in loving me, I guess.
Yes. It's our first night together, and we had gotten a hotel room, and we had consummated the relationship, if you will, if I may, several times.
No, I think it was prior.
No, it was that night, and I don't remember the segue of how it was brought up. I think we were talking about how I wanted to be a filmmaker and I liked movies, and I was going through a rundown of some of my favorite movies, and I think I had mentioned Clerks. And when I mentioned Clerks, you had quoted the circus seal line from the movie, and I had never.
Well, I talked about how I love Kevin Smith. Yeah,
and
it was because of my brother. But.
And I had never heard a woman, no less, quote a Kevin Smith movie to me, and not only quote a Kevin Smith movie to me, but quote that particular line. Suck him off like a circus seal. Wah, wah, I remember sitting there laying there looking at you. I'm gonna marry this girl. I'm gonna put a baby in you. But yeah, so if Kevin Smith ever fucking hears this, and or I ever meet Kevin Smith, I will at least admit that he is one of the reasons why I married you. Aww. It is because of Clerks.
Thanks, Kevin.
He's probably like, I don't fucking care. Crazy. No, but he's actually, I can't remember what it was, but it was something on Twitter that he had liked that I had posted. I think it was something to do with Talking Dead, but anyway, I remember being in high school and being uber jock, not really nerdy, was definitely into pro wrestling, like religiously, every Monday night, and then when the SmackDowns came around, every Thursday night, watching the Monday Night Wars and all that shit. So if there was ever like a mecca of nerddom that I was a part of, at least in high school, was definitely pro wrestling. But comic books, I never got into the books wise. What was the first comic book, and I would say comic books, obviously, superhero movie you remember seeing growing up?
First superhero movie I remember seeing? Oh, Batman.
Keaton's Batman?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Did you go to the theater to see Keaton's Batman?
Honestly, I don't remember if I remember owning it and watching it all the time. So I want to say probably, but as far as a memory of me being at the theater watching, I don't.
I remember recall. So Batman.
Well, no, yeah, maybe I want to say yes.
This came out in 1989.
It would have been 8, almost 9. So
I'd have been 6 or 7.
I want to say I watched. My dad would have taken me and my brother and my mom. We would have.
Because I remember we were in Illinois. It was me, my parents, my Aunt Erin, I know, my Aunt Colleen, I want to say my cousin Jesse, maybe my Uncle Larry. I don't know. All of us went to see fucking Batman. I think we were in McHenry or Wakanda at that theater, and we even drove by it when we visited.
Mm-hmm.
And Illinois this past summer when our movie came out. Our movie came out, yeah. And I remember pointing out, that's the theater we saw Batman in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We were still, and it's still running too, so that's a good thing. But yeah, I remember seeing that. I remember quoting Jack Nicholson's Joker a lot after that, and I even told you this a few weeks, months ago, whatever. I'm like, oh, no wonder why my love for the character Joker is just as strong or even stronger now than it was before, because I remember I quoted more of the Joker lines from the first Batman movie than anything. The wonderful toys and all kinds of stuff. But anyway, that was definitely the first I saw Superman, the first one, not in theaters, of course, because that came out in like 78. But yeah, Batman, the first Batman.
I never really got into Superman. Really, I just never. Anything I was more into for whatever reason, Batman I found more intriguing, and probably because of. I remember watching the television show a few times too. The
Adam West.
Bam and the and all that jazz and.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, I remember watching that and.
Holy smokes,
Yeah.
Batman.
So yeah, I'm
Do you
sorry,
think,
Superman fans, but I just.
do you think? I think a lot of people, and I know our friend Pat even had mentioned, one of the reasons why a lot of people like Batman is because, despite the fact that he's a billionaire and he can build all these things and blah 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 blah, but he's the one superhero that doesn't really have superpowers, if you will. He's not an alien from another planet. He didn't get hit by lightning and become the Flash. He didn't get nuclear waste poured on him or any of that. He didn't, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of that appeal.
That's not it for me.
No.
Because I like the Flash, and I Superman just I don't know or maybe it's the outfit, I don't know, but
Well, did you watch?
I think
Okay,
Batman's just like a badass. I don't know. He just seems
So
like
you-
the ultimate badass. to
we
me.
watched The Flash now. Did you watch the Flash TV show back in the early 90s? That was
No.
on ABC.
I never knew. No.
I remember watching that. I remember bits and pieces of it. I don't remember Mark Hamill's character in it because he was the trickster in that original series, and that's why he was in the lockup on the Flash now.
You're right. Right.
That's why he was already in jail, because it was stemming from the original Flash series.
Mm.
And then I didn't realize that Barry's dad. I think we were like halfway through season 1 when I realized that Barry's dad was the guy that played the original Flash in the TV show.
Right. Yeah.
So I like how, and that's another reason why I like Supergirl, is because Helen Slater
Right.
played the original Supergirl in the Supergirl movie. Did you watch that at all? Did you even know about it?
No.
Well, all right then.
Sorry. No.
Gotham, since we're on a Batman kick.
Yes.
What's your, comparing Gotham to not only the Adam West show, the Tim Burton Batmans, the Joel Schumacher Batmans, and of course the Christopher Nolan Batmans, where does Gotham rank in that lexicon of Batman
I don't
fandom?
know. I can't really state because right now I'm getting more information on like the villains. You know, I'm getting more background on the villains than anything, because Batman has not been created yet.
Do you
So-
enjoy the show?
I do. I love it. I like seeing what Bruce Wayne apparently has to go through in order to become Batman. But and I love the relationship between him and Alfred.
I do like this Alfred compared to. I love Michael Caine. I love. Oh my gosh, is it Michael Gog? Who was? I can't remember. I'm probably butchering his name, but Michael Guff. Anyway, the Alfred that played in the
Keaton ones.
The Keaton and the Kilmer, all the Batman movies.
Right.
He was good. I do like Michael Caine, of course, in the Nolan Batmans, but I really like, I can't remember this actor's name that's playing Alfred, but I like how he's the one that's kind of teaching Bruce how to fight.
Yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, I don't like how naive they make Bruce. And how easily... He's coming around, though. I think after the dealings with...
What's your nuts? Yeah.
Well, and we had missed 2 episodes.
Silver, right?
Yeah.
Silver.
Galavan's niece or whatever the fuck her name is. Yeah. I did like how he put her in her place and tricked her. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was well done.
I do like how Catwoman is like his sidekick, if you will, growing up. That's pretty cool. Of course, I love
Penguin.
Oh, Robin Lord Taylor is knocking this one out of the fucking park. I really enjoy what he's doing. I love Nigma. I love the guy, and I know some of their names, so I apologize, but the guy playing the Riddler in this Gotham lexicon is fucking incredible. We missed the episode of when they go back to his apartment and all that, so we haven't really had a chance to see how they gelled more. We saw them meet each other for the second time out in the woods or the forest or whatever the hell it was.
Right.
But that episode we missed. I really enjoyed Barbara. I thought she was nuts, even though in the beginning we did not like her at all.
Yeah.
And then
you were pretty bummed that who we thought Joker.
Oh, Cameron. Is it Cameron Monaghan? I think is his name. Yeah, that. The way he was playing the Jerome, even though they don't call him the Joker, but Jerome, Joker, I don't give a fuck. I wanted him to be the Joker forever, and apparently, according to Twitter, I was not the only one. When he fucking died, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I thought something was going to happen in the hospital, even though he was stabbed in the neck and all that shit, but I was very, very disappointed with that, but the show has gotten better since season 1, that's for sure. I did not like Fish Mooney's character.
No, that not at all.
I like Jada as an actress, but I just...
Not.
There's something about Fish Mooney that I didn't care for. And that's another thing with Walking Dead that I think has spoiled us. And the fact that no matter what kind of show we're watching, The Walking Dead is the type of show where if you don't like a character, you can wish death upon them. I know there's, like, with Andrea's character, when they got to Woodbury and the governor, I think... I know we've had conversations about it, and with other people as well. Like, I don't want Andrea to live past this season.
Right, yeah. We were all like hooting and hollering. It was a little sad, but mostly not.
And then taking that into other shows that we watch, I have that mindset of like, oh, I don't like this character. They just need to kill this character off.
Zombies need to get this person.
Yeah, they need to get bit. They need to get turned into Walker.
Daryl off, Rick.
Yeah, Daryl needs to do something. Carol, yes. Of all people. Oh, Carol yeah. So I had a lot of that in the first season of Gotham with Fish Mooney, especially when she was supposedly dead and then came back and all that. So I think that's one of those weird things about the TV shows that we watch that has taken us.
I think with that, it was just a very bad character. I think Fish Mooney was pointless, and I just didn't get it, and I thought it was dumb, and I was glad that when she died. Sorry, it provided nothing beneficial other than getting more information on Penguin and how he was once her servant, her umbrella carrier or whatever. But other than that, bye-bye. She was crap. Sorry, Jada, but that character sucked.
Are you excited about Mr. Freeze? Because that's the big thing that's coming up is Gotham will freeze or whatever the promos are that they're doing. Well, we saw it at the end of the mid-season finale when the dude freezes him with the gun and stuff. So.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, Mr. Freeze is coming to Gotham in the second half of the season, but I don't know. I think the nerd. I think obviously the nerds have taken over.
Fantastic. And I just don't get nerd anymore, but whatever.
Well, I think that's the point, that everything is so loved, and technology especially, when the star quarterback has an iPhone the same as the captain of the chess team, if you will. You know, I think a movie like Revenge of the Nerds, which is an amazing film.
Yes.
I don't think they could make that this day and age. I think nerd is like...
Nerd would now be like people, just really poor people, I guess. No, but honestly, I mean, you know, people with flip phones, they'd be nerds. People with...
Well, they'd be more like... I think they'd be more like hipsters than... I don't care about iPhone.
I think in high school and junior high and all that jazz, they would be considered nerdy. I do. You know, because, now it's like you got to have your plastic frame glasses, which used to be super dorkdom back in the day. And then, you know, to be savvy on the computer, if you don't know how to use a computer or use your iPhone or whatever.
But if you don't know how to use that, would that really be considered, oh, you're a nerd because you don't know how to do that?
I think you're considered relatively pathetic.
But
that's how the kids make me feel when I'm like, what?
Well, that's just, but the point it sounds like to me is what you're saying is that because you can't use that technology or you haven't advanced your own technology, that considered a nerd. I think nerd would be opposite, to where if you're even more advanced, then you're nerd. Like our fucking 12 and 13-year-old who knows how to do Snapchat and Instagram and this and that. Blah, blah, blah. I think
that puts you in. You're in the in crowd. Then you're in the quote unquote popular crowd.
And popular is nerd.
And so what I'm saying, Vincent, is that now what nerds are would be those who don't have that.
Oh, so you're saying the derogatory.
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, that's where I was confused.
Well.
So the derogatory. Yeah. Board. So technically, then me and you, as parents of said 13 and 12-year-old, because I'm 32, you're 33.
I'm 33.
I was trying to be fucking nice.
Aww, I'm 35. December 4th, 1980 is this belly button birthday of mine. So.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah, we are definitely looked down upon when it comes to that. When my parents get an iPod for the Christmas and the 12 and 13-year-old have to set it up for them because we don't even know how to fucking do that.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, we're barely able to put this podcast together for you guys, and we're using a laptop from 2010, which is like, oh, that is so, like, bourgeois.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, fucking, I got this tablet that turns into a laptop that turns into a fucking space station homing beacon laser gun or some bullshit.
Well, no, it's a computer that can look up any information. It could also get weather. It could also face time or whatever it's called, Skype with somebody. It can also tell you where to go. It can also tell you how to say something in another language. It's amazing, but the downfall is that
don't know how to use it.
All of us in the same room or people in the same room are just looking at their phones all the time, and that does suck. That's why this evening, being able to spend time with family playing a board game, I do appreciate those moments. I don't want to lose the camaraderie of people being together and enjoying each other as opposed to just enjoying. There are some definite wonderful perks to technology, but there's nothing better than just being with somebody and having a good conversation with eye contact and whatnot. I don't want to lose that, and I hope to God we instill that in our children. Sorry, there's my PBS.
The more you know.
Public service and a PSA. My PBS. Wow, Shauna's retarded.
Your public Shauna announcement.
Yeah.
That can be your PSA, your public Shauna announcement.
There we go.
Yeah. So it's been a while. one of the, I guess, New Year's resolutions, since that's going to be popular coming up, we're going to be trying to keep consistent with the podcast once a week, hopefully.
We may knock out a few, though.
Well, we might do it to where we'll record them and we'll still release them once a week. So if we're behind on the times with current events and all that bullshit, like, oh, Donald Trump fucked a chicken on Tuesday.
Then perhaps we shouldn't say the date in the beginning.
Well,
excuse me.
Yeah, that was like a cat getting stepped on. I don't fucking know. I'm kind of just rambling at this point. Yeah. I think we've been rambling through this whole fucking podcast.
Deuces! Comics rock! Binge-watching shows! That's the end thing. And,
what the fuck are you doing?
I'm just summarizing
what
this podcast is about.
I think they got that in the middle of this. They don't have to do that.
All right.
Anyway. That's podcast for this week. We will try to come to you guys more often. If not,
hey, and let us know if you'd be more into watching this or listening to this if you saw our faces too.
No, let's not go that fucking far. We tried that already and it failed miserably.
Well, not with the laptop though.
With the first podcast.
Anyway.
First podcast was visual, and we luckily stole the audio Anyway, that's podcast for this week. We'll see ya.
Hope you had a great Christmas. Yeah. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all of that jazz.
Bye.
Bye.